live. We are live. Hello, hello. My name is Sandra Jennings, and this is Passion Speak, where we give those with a passion a platform to speak. And I am so happy to be back here. Happy New Year, everyone! It's 2022. This is the first show of the new year, and I am very pleased to be here. I miss doing this. Uh, Hi, Cory. Let me
Hey,
introduce my guest for
how
this
you
evening.
doing?
It's a very special guest. I have a fifth generation grandson of Sojourner Truth who is going to speak to us tonight, and he's going to talk about his project and the family and what he's been doing. But again, if this is your first time tuning in, thank you for watching us. Um, Please like and share this video where you think someone might appreciate it. We appreciate that. And so on to the show. Cory, let me introduce you to everyone. Fifth generation grandson of Sojourner Truth, the national abolitionist. His name is Cory Nocamichi. Did I say that right,
You
Mcliechey?
said it correctly.
Okay. That's his pen name.
Right.
Nocamichi. He has written a children's book about Sojourner Truth in an effort to not let her. I have the book right here. Don't think I don't. In an effort to not let her memory go to the wayside. Children need to know about this because it's very important. This is a very important part of our history. Um, Before we start, we got a comment. Let's see. Somebody said good guy. Whoever said good guy, please go on and authorize your.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we can't tell who it is because they got to click on the link.
I can kind of sense who it is. I feel their spirit.
You feel their spirit?
They know what they're talking about, and they're gonna hit the lottery tomorrow.
Oh, okay, good. All right, Facebook user, you gonna hit the lottery. That came from Cory Nocamichi Mcliechey. Anyway, so Cory, thank you so much for coming on tonight, talking about your great grandmother, whom you have never met. So I need to add this disclaimer, excuse me, right now,
Right.
so that we don't take no heat. Cory is not a historian.
Right.
Cory is getting to know his grandmother just like the rest of us.
Right.
So if he utters something that you read somewhere else and you believe is not a fact, let it go.
Right. Or come for me.
Or come for, okay, all right.
Because can I interject real quick?
Yes, you can.
I'm trying not to look at you on the screen and then do what you instruct me to do and look at the camera, but it's hard. But anyway,
it's difficult because the eye is weird on these computers. So if you go wrong, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We got you.
Right. I'm looking all cross-eyed and stuff. But no, to speak to that, what I've learned, and I encourage everybody to do this, because we all want to know our heritage and where we come from and all that. So upon learning about her, what I discovered, there's a lot of world-renowned historians and different famous people and everything who get a lot of facts wrong about Sojourner Truth. But I'm not going to mention any of these historian names, but there's stuff like in Wikipedia and different other little platforms that's not accurate when they speak about my great grandmother. So, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. And if it's something that I don't know, I'm gonna go research it. But for the most part, it's a lot of mis information out there about her, and and it makes me feel good to learn about that and know that I can correct it when somebody try to, speak to it.
Mm-hmm. So why was Sojourner Truth so instrumental to the African American race? She was born a slave in New York, though, right?
Ulster County, New York, yeah. Kingston.
Late 1700s.
Right.
That was a lot of years ago.
1797.
Okay, so what are some of the things that she did that was key to advancing the African American race?
The most important thing she did was stand up for herself, before she was even given the right to do so. Back in the days, they have beat you for anything, hang you, rape you, or whatever the case. She experienced all of that. And even in her story, she speaks to the fact that so many terrible things happened to her. She dared not speak about it for sake of embarrassment and to protect the person who did it to her. That's how bad it was. So, but to experience all that kind of stuff and to still go to a predominantly all-white convention in Akron, Ohio in 1851 and stand up and speak when the people was begging the woman in charge, the what would you call it, the order or whatever. So they was asking her not to let Sojourner Truth speak, and Sojourner Truth, she nodded to the woman when it was her time, like respectfully. She asked. She didn't say anything, but she just gave her a nod, and the woman accepted that as, I guess, a respectful gesture, and they let her speak. She spoke her mind, and she shot him down with her words, And I think that right there sets a precedent, which it has for many women throughout history who learned about that can take that and empower themselves and be like, if she did that back then, well, I'll be damned if I'm not gonna stand for myself now, because the conditions was way worse.
Okay, so we won't talk about your book just yet. Just talk about Sojourner Truth just a little bit. I have a couple of questions. Admittedly, so that was just Jashad, by the way.
Oh yeah,
who said
that's a solid guy. Yeah, he's doing a lot in the community as well. Congrats to him and all his endeavors. His daughter,
yeah, the movie producer. Yeah, he's killing it out there.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, Jashad. So back to Sojourner Truth though. So born in 1797. Now we all know if you were Black and born in the 1700s, the 1800s for that matter as well, and then some, that you were not your own person. She did some things that I would just label as straight out courageous. For example, one of the things she did, she was accused of, and this is outlined in your book. We're going to talk about your book in a minute, but she was accused and had a trial for murder. I don't know if she actually killed anyone. Who really knows, right?
She had the strength to do it,
right?
But she didn't do it.
And she was found not guilty in a court of law, which is another miracle. But she countersued her accuser for slander. That just made me laugh.
Right.
That just made me laugh because in 1835, you could be put to death just for talking to your accuser. And she sued her accuser in a court of law. And she won. She won her case, right?
Yeah.
According to your book, she won. Like, we're not historians. Right. We'll say it again.
That's all actual factual. It's a timeline of her life. So each page is a timeline. And it's a fact, So even though they say, I mean, that's good enough to be in a school curriculum, but as we both know, they trying to eliminate our past because it's so embarrassing. But I speak to that too. What I learned is the reason why Sojourner Truth's story wasn't that well known years ago. Now everybody can see for themselves because God is the greatest. You can't stop the truth from prevailing, and it's clear as day. Everybody in the world see what America is trying to do with our history. So that's why a lot of people didn't know about Sojourner Truth back then, because if you learn her story and you learn about all the gruesome things that they did to her and her family and other slaves throughout the country, it's terrible. It's like, what do you say to this? It's crazy, but it makes sense now to everybody, like, that they wanted to keep this from the history books because, it's like, for example, Hardenberg, General Hardenberg, he was a general of the United States Army, and he owned slaves. He owned my grandmother and her parents and other slaves, So, I mean, United States. But can I speak on that cover? You want me to explain my cover to you?
Yeah, I want to talk about your book a little bit. Talk about the cover of the book. This is
Okay.
a children's book.
The cover of the book, it's like when you open it all the way up, you'll get a panoramic view of what I was trying to portray. Now, if you look, those are bales of hay.
Okay.
We didn't just pick cotton, we did everything though. So those are bales of hay. And it's like 50 bales of hay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look over and you see the green crop, cash crop, whatever it could be. Imagine what it is. So what I try to portray was a flag of the United States of America. You got 50 bales of hay, you got the lines. The sun is shining down on the bales of hay, which cast a golden look on the front end. On the backside, you see it's casting down a shadow. It's an X.
Mm-hmm.
The shadow is an X. So that represents us. We're X'd out in America. Although, as you clearly can see, we cultivated and nurtured America. You know, we did the growing of the crops and the tilling of the land. You know, so we built America. This is what this image is showing you. You know, the colors are African American colors. And that's like an African American flag. It's gold, it's green, it's black, the blood is red. It's, you know, the blood is depicts our blood, sweat, and tears. You know, it's all like a, you know, an analogy in some sort.
So what made you want to write this book?
Well, my cousin Thomas Mcliechey, and I'm praying for him because he just had a heart attack basically about a month ago, and I just went and visited him yesterday, and he's doing better. But he's the family historian, and we always talk like periodically before he got ill, and it was his wish to see younger kids be interested in Sojourner Truth, because I'm gonna be honest, you know, it's not really a story that anybody could just pick up a book and get into, because you got to really be very interested in it. And for my case, I was just very curious as to how I was connected to her, because for a long time I never believed that I was a descendant of hers. Nobody really never knew that, but the school teachers in the Ottawa Hills and the elementary schools, Mr. Bethel, Mr. Johnson, everybody, they always used to say, hey, we got a class celebrity, Cory Nocamichi, descendant of Sojourner Truth. But I never really believed it, because I never seen any correlation with my name, the last name, anything like that, you know. And I remember reading a book that was, I think it was, I don't know who it was written by, but it was narrated by Coretta Scott King, or not narrated, but
the forward.
Yeah, yes, and thank you. And so I read that book when I was in the third grade, and I didn't really read it.
Mm-hmm.
I was skimming through it because all I was doing was looking for my last name or something like it to let me know, yeah, this is really real, because it was too unbelievable. And then when the Obama administration invited us to the Capitol in 2009 for the unveiling of the Sojourner Truth bust created by Artist Lane, you know, Michelle Obama, she was there with Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton. They all unveiled the statue, and I was interviewed by the Washington Informer then, and I even told them then, you know, I never, like, I said what I said. I remember what I said was, well, if Michelle Obama and the rest of the crowd believes that I'm a descendant, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna run with it, because, you know, it's just too amazing, you know.
But your cousin Thomas did the work on it.
Thomas did the work, and even Burrow, my cousin Burrow Mcliechey, he did the work as well. He's the speaker of the family, so he traveled the country for many years, you know, speaking about her. You know, he going places with Martin Luther King Jr. And if you go on my website, you'll see him, Martin Luther King Jr., Frederick Douglass Jr. the fourth. They used to go around the country and just speak at different do speaking engagements, and that's what he used to do. And like I say, Thomas, he was a family historian, and when I was like 5 years old, he used to put little placards up on the trees at the family reunion of our heritage and our lineage and all that. And I never, you know, I was 5. I mean, there's some smart kids at 5, but I wasn't at the level of reading like that, you know.
I've got your website up. Let me just take a look at it real quick. We can
Oh, that's sweet.
okay, do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's the bus that Artist Lane created for Sojourner Truth and the 100 Black Women of Congress.
Okay.
They raised money for that to get made. And I actually was supposed to meet Artist Lane, but it didn't happen because of some logistical reasons.
And this talks about your book.
That talks about my book right there.
By the way, you illustrated all your full book, right? And right. I found it fascinating.
I created this website too. I did it all myself.
Oh, you did?
I created the website and I hosted it. I hosted.
Okay. Excellent work.
Right here, that's the picture. Thank you. This is the picture right here where my cousin up the top right, Cory Nocamichi, Martin Luther King Jr. in the middle, and then Frederick Douglass IV is on the end. And right here in the next picture, you see him with Ava DuVernay. That's when we went to, I didn't go. I couldn't go this particular day. I could have went, but I didn't go because I had other business with my home improvement company. And so this is the 20th anniversary. I mean, the 20th film festival, the Ebert's Film Fest.
Okay.
So Chaz Ebert, she's an executive producer with us for the Sojourner Truth documentary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Okay. And this
is my cousin Thomas, the family historian.
The family historian. Okay. Yeah. Beautiful. We got to learn more. This is not what I would call. Oh, there's Cory Mcliechey.
You can see that's an older picture of me when I didn't have too many gray hairs. I didn't hear you.
Great job on the website. Yeah. Thank you. You are also an artist.
Well, you know, I was going to tell you too, not to interrupt you, but if you click on the drop-down menu, you can actually see a video of Michelle Obama unveiling the statue. What I did was recorded the whole experience.
Which one?
It's
I have the DOT Southern
Unveiling the Truth, I believe it is.
Oh, Unveiling the Truth. Okay.
Yeah, it's got Yolanda Adams singing. Cicely Tyson gave a speech. You know, it's
oh, that's a YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the YouTube of okay. We're not going to go into this too much. Where okay. There's the former First Lady.
Me, a descendant of slaves, serving as the First Lady of the United States of America.
Oh, that's huge. Wait a minute. Are you seeing that? Hold on. Did I? Oh, hold on. I don't think. I don't know how I can share that.
No, it's
hold on. I can share it. It's gonna take me a click. Let me click again. I've got it right here. Hold on.
Dang, you are multitasking.
So we can at least see
stories of the struggles of women.
We have it.
They had to endure to gain the right to vote. Now, many young boys and girls like my own daughters will come to Emancipation Hall and see the face of a woman who looks like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michelle Obama told the crowd to give us a standing ovation.
Aww.
And after that, after this moment,
what happened was great women who endured the greatest of humanity's
sorry.
Okay. No, I wouldn't let her talk. Now I said after this moment here, it was crazy because the woman, the editor-in-chief, what's her name for Essence magazine?
Linda Johnson.
No, it was the other lady. I think her last name was Williams or something.
Oh, okay. I can't think.
Yeah, I was getting approached by us, the whole family. You know, my kids, everybody coming to us. You know, just hugging us and stuff. And I remember the two CIA or two Secret Service agents came and got me and my daughters because Michelle Obama wanted to take pictures with us backstage or whatever. And I was upset because that photographer said he was gonna get the pictures to me. And I was bragging and telling everybody, man, I got pictures with Michelle Obama.
Oh, and you didn't get the picture.
I've been saying that for years, or I stopped saying it, but after the fact I was saying it a lot, but I have yet to receive those pictures.
Yeah, have mobile phone. We'll travel. You'll learn. You'll learn.
Yeah, I know that was my fault.
They're on to their next spot. They're on to their next assignment. I'm going to say a couple things about your book, and then we might wrap it up a little bit. Your book is written. You are artists,
right?
Let me just say, you are artists. All of these illustrations you did yourself. You did have help digitizing them.
Right. I want to give a shout out to my brother Moshin Khan in Pakistan. Give him my salams. He helped me color the book because I was gonna do it myself and do pastel colors, but kids react to vibrant, bright colors, so I wanted to add that in with the whole scheme of things. And plus, I'm running my home improvement business and doing other things, so I can't do it all. So I let him color the book. He colored it, and I just approved the colors. I told him what I want the colors to be, and he executed. So that's why
you drew these. You illustrated the whole thing.
Right. All the illustrations is mine. I have the pencil drawings too to go with these. I might make them an NFT one day. Do something like that.
Absolutely.
Get it in the metaverse.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is.
And I did. You know what? And another thing. See right here on this her gravestone.
Mm-hmm.
So on the original gravestone in Battle Creek, it says she's 104.
Okay.
But that math is funny when you go from her birth date or her birth year, rather, because we don't know her birthday because they didn't keep birth records during the time. But her birth year, 1797. So if she died in 1863, 1883. She can't be 104. She's 86, so I had to correct that in the book. It's just little tidbits of information like that the internet world got inaccurate or some scholar wrote. And remember, I wanted to say, I was speaking to you previously, there's a author by the name of Peter Krause. And what I can appreciate about him is in his book, he speaks of the famous speech, "Ain't I a woman?" but he addresses it as, "Aren't I a woman?" Because as you and me both know, Sojourner Truth didn't have the Southern dialect because she was born speaking Dutch. So she went from speaking Dutch as her first language to learning English. So she would have the Dutch accent with the English speaking, not an English speaking accent with the Southern slang. So that's a mispreconception about her as well. So with Peter Krause, what I respect about him is he's one of the many authors that wrote a book. He corrected the title and said, "Aren't I a woman?" And there are actually two different speeches. A lot of people don't know that. But where he got it wrong is the year of the convention. He said 1852, and it's clearly was documented as 1851. So that's why I say people got to be careful when they research her and try, because there's even, like I said, famous historians and famous different people who speak on her and have portrayed her as an old Negro slave from the South. And I ain't gonna say who, but we all know a couple billionaire women out here who've done that.
Okay.
And it's not.
The truth is, she was a slave hailing from New York, upper New York, and she spoke proper diction, like she could speak the King's English.
Right. Because they say she was famous and popular among the upper echelon of society. So if you think about it, nobody, even in this day and age, you don't want to be around an ignorant speaking person. That ain't gonna attract you. Somebody talking with all that slang and ebonics. So if she spoke like that, then how was it that she was so well liked among the elite people in society.
Right.
She cooked some good old collard greens, some pound cake. I mean, what was it? They don't speak about none of that. So it had to be that she spoke eloquently. You know, and that's what I'm here to correct, and among other things, you know.
Another thing I was gonna say, that you are an artist. You are all around artist, even though you make your living as a licensed and certified home improvement expert. That's what you do. Excellent. This is your passion.
Right.
In addition to that, because you gotta love what you're doing a little bit anyway to keep doing it.
But this is like a passion project, like I was saying to you before, because my mother and father died while I was creating this book. They both died. My father died January 29th. My mother died May 8th. And we buried them both at the same time because my father's a veteran, so we had to wait for the ground to thaw out before we could bury him. And in the process of waiting to bury him, my mother died, so it was bittersweet. We buried them together.
Because that just happened recently.
Right. And so I dedicated the book to them, but in the process, like I said, of creating this book, the guy Moshin Khan over in Pakistan, my Muslim brother, his mother got sick, around the time my mother got sick. He praying for my mother, I'm praying for his. I actually sent him an extra $50 and told him, go do something special for your moms, man. Take your time off the book. Don't worry about me. Go. And his mom actually died 3 days after my mother died. So I got a little dedication piece in there to his mother as well. And so he even stopped charging me. He stopped charging me for the book, and, or for the project. Because I gave him a nice deposit and everything, and I owed him more money. But after that, it became a passion project for more than one reason. For our parents, for Sojourner's memory, and as you can see, I dedicated a paragraph to the Shabazz family. And on the back of the book, it was intentional for me to give other great books to read, like growing up, Malcolm, I had Betty Before X, that's about Betty Shabazz. Ilyasa Shabazz, her daughter, had that book created. And
you have a lot of acknowledgments, but I want to go back. I'm going to go back to the style of the book. The book is written in nursery rhyme format, right? So when I first read the book, I thought, this is really weird, because I thought that he could have used a one word to make that a proper sentence. But then I read the back, and you said it's written like nursery rhymes, and because your audience could be African American children, they resonate with hip hop and rap.
Right.
So it's a hip hop and rap flavor to the book.
Right.
So this particular page where she's talking to President Lincoln says she spoke to then President Abraham Lincoln, which seemed pretty cool. She requested land out west for minorities, 40 acres and a mule. And so I went back and read it. I was like, oh, now it makes sense, because each page.
And it's comical because you see, I had Abraham Lincoln saying, like, I'll think about it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do it, but I'll think about it.
I think Sojourner Truth was way ahead of her time. She obviously had guts. She had guts because she risked her life to do things that Black women, period, wouldn't have been doing in the 1700s or the 1800s.
Right.
That is suing their kidnappers.
Right.
You don't sue your kidnappers when you have no power. You got to have courage to do that.
And that's another thing about my book. There's a lot of little hidden little twists and turns about this book. And my whole angle is not to get it in the schools because I didn't write it in that way, because I know I wrote it in a way to portray the truth as it is, like even how this shows that we built America, we cultivated America, but also my critical race theory. Now, in my children's book, I'm not addressing them as slave masters, because ain't nobody my master. And I know that my grandparents felt the same way. You ain't my master. You just have me in captivity. I mean, you got me. You captured me. You have me. you know, there's nothing I can do at this point. So that's why I call them kidnappers in my book, because it depends on who you ask. If you ask the slave owner, he's gonna say, yeah, I'm their master. If you ask the slave, he's gonna say, they kidnapped me. I don't supposed to be here. So that's the critical race theory right there. So who can get upset at me because I said they're kidnappers? Prove me wrong.
Because that's what they did.
Prove me wrong.
That's what they did in truth.
Right.
So in our header where this is posted, there's information that people can go if they're interested in grabbing a copy of your book.
Shout out to Elias and Shabazz and the Shabazz family. All my love goes out to them for the loss of their sister recently. And like I said, I promote and I also donate to the Shabazz Foundation because Malcolm X was my hero, you know, coming up. And I always look at it like this. He knew, he had a sense that he was probably going to die that day, but he still carried out the task and he sacrificed himself for the betterment of mankind. So we as all black people should be, I look at, like, you know, they got Queen Elizabeth and all that over there across seas. I look at Ilyasah Shabazz as the princess over here. Her mother was the queen. You know, Malcolm X was a king. You know, El-Haj Malik Shabazz, that's the true sovereign king, you know, of our people. So it's my obligation to promote them and support them. That's why without even asking, I put other great books to read, Betty Before X and Malcolm Little, the boy who grew up to become Malcolm X, because we need to promote our heritage and our history, because you already see they trying to eliminate us and execute us from the scene, physically and intellectually and all of that, you know, all of the above. It's prevalent. But you know what, I haven't got a lot of support from our community with the book personally from me, but I don't care because it's here to stay forever. And I do appreciate everybody who did support me, who did come to my little book signing, the one at the Delta Place, and you know,
I came to the one at Link Up. That's where I got my book.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you. Yeah. It's here to stay.
So the website, you can go on and get the book. You can follow Cory. You could
True Rain
on his project.
Yep. TrueRain.com, not the website, the Sentence of the Truth.com. That's just for information.
Both websites are up there, Cory. You can't see it now. You can see it later.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Both of them are up there. You'll be able to see it. So that if they want to.
Sorry for interrupting your program.
You are. You just.
I know you're so thorough.
Over. You just over there. No, you just got so much energy behind this. You need more opportunities to talk about this because you got a lot of energy. You got a lot of passion, and I appreciate that. We need more people with that level of passion. This is what we here to talk about. We're here to talk about your passion. Like, you don't care. I get the feeling that it's true passion. You will stand on a street corner and talk about it. If nobody listens, you're out there talking about, now this right here, these are bales of hay right here. Now here's the significance.
Right.
I got you. And I appreciate you.
It's a message.
Yes, it is. So thank you, Cory, for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me, because this is pretty fly. I like it.
No, you are welcome. I do this because I believe that people need to share their passion and people need to have more passion. And hopefully this will be an encouragement for somebody else who wants to write a book like this of their family or their ideals. Oh, and did we say you did this in 6 months? Like, you wrote this book, you illustrated it, you did all the homework in 6 months. That's unheard of. Anybody who writes a book knows that books take years and years and years to process. You did it in 6 months.
Time management.
All right.
But you know, like you say, I am an artist, but I have some very amazing artwork that I've been working on that I'm going to be premiering to the world soon, to my community, of Nas. It's Nas the Conqueror, Mary J. Blige, Jay-Z, Billie Holiday.
They can follow you on social media, right?
Yep.
And get all that. Okay, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you again. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for sharing your family with us, with the world. And until next time, this has been Passion Speak, where we give those with a passion a platform to speak. Cory, well done.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you for having me.